Hello Libra gang, how are you? How are you really? My daughter is in the background, like I literally cannot do anything about the sound anymore. So just bear with me, okay? Hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm gonna try to talk louder, okay? So yeah. So these are just monthly readings now. We already had a card to fall out while I was talking to you guys. Here we have the Three of Cups, okay? So this month we're really needing to make a decision if we haven't already. So what about this Three of Cups, okay? All right, here we have the King of Wands, okay? So it's almost as if like we know exactly which path we should take, but it's almost as if I cannot stop the sound at all. Like my daughter, she's babbling now, and she's 5 months, and like there's absolutely nothing I can do now. Like there's nothing I can do. Like if I put her in my room on the bed, she might fall off the bed. If I put her in her crib, she's gonna feel suffocated and cry. I got her in the living room with her sister while her sister's watching Curious George on the laptop, and it's just not, it's like nothing's working, okay? So, just bear with me, okay? We all have kids, and if you don't, I'm sure you have nieces and nephews or little cousins, okay? So, this shouldn't be anything new to you guys, okay? So, yeah, and I don't know why I'm getting it, but like for this month, Libra gang, we may actually have a goal, okay? But we're kind of torn between like, should I go ahead and do it or should I just wait, you know? But we know that we need to be taking action on this, okay? Because that's what it really looks like here, okay? Torn between if we should take action or not. Okay, so if this is a person that we're wanting to be with, it's like, should I approach this person or no? Or should I accept this offer or no? Should I open a business or no? Should I start that YouTube channel or no? It's like right now, it's like we know what we need to do. We know what we want to do. But it's kind of like, you know, like we're overthinking it, Libra gang, okay? So what else do we need to know? Should I do it or no? Should I go for it or no? Is the timing right? Do I have all that I need? You know? So just really watching out for overthinking this month, Libra gang. And I'm a Libra, so like I myself am very guilty of that. So here we have the Nine of Pentacles, okay? So yeah, it looks kind of like in regards to something very serious. It's like, should I deal with this or no? Should I deal with this or no? Should I go for it or no? It looks promising. You know, it looks promising. It looks good. It looks like it'll be something stable. It looks like it'll be long lasting, but should I go for it or no? So the thing this month, Libra, if it looks good, if it looks promising, why are we doubting it? It's kind of like the general reading that I just got done doing. It's like a general message, but it kind of sounds like it was for us, Libra. Like we see that this is a Nine of Pentacles, or it could be a possible Nine of Pentacles, but it's like we want to take action towards it, but we're doubting it. Okay, we're torn between if we should or not, but like why? Okay, especially if this is a Nine of Pentacles, like why? Okay, so 3 different cards came out. All right, so here we have the Nine of Swords, okay? So we're overthinking it. We're thinking really hard about this, okay? Wanting to know what's the right move to make. Is this a safe move to make? And it's like we want to, like we really want to go after this, okay? Because here we have the King of Wands, and we also have the Queen of Cups, okay? Yeah, I literally cannot do anything about her babbling loud, so just try to bear with me, okay? But we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups, okay? So this just looks like something we're really interested in, something that we really do want to take action towards, okay? But these doubts, these fears, these anxieties, this overthinking, and oh, here we have the Joker and the Fool, okay? So it's something new, okay? So actually if somebody has presented a relationship to us, or somebody like proposed and want marriage, it's almost as if like we're interested, we want that, we want to take action on it, we want to accept that offer, but it's backed up by this indecision, and it's backed up by this overthinking and just really looking at basically like everything that could possibly go wrong. It's almost as if like, okay, so we're air signs, so we're more intellectual, meaning that we think a lot about a lot of different things that most people don't think about. Anything that we get involved with, especially if it's something new, it's not that we shy away from it, but it's like we like to, it's almost as if like we have to have certain details in place before we actually make that move. Like it has to be a green light in our minds before it can be a green light in our hearts. Okay, so before we accept a thing or a person or a situation, we have to accept it up here first. Up here, does it make sense? Does it feel right? Does it look right? Are all the facts straight? Are the details sounding good? It's like we have to know, you know. And it's almost as if like, to my Libras, especially when it comes to love, it's almost as if like the person that's interested in us, it's like they have to get through our mind first before we even allow them to even touch our hearts, like, or even to get up that close to our hearts. Okay, it's like right here we're the Queen of Cups. Okay, so very nurturing, very feminine, very loving, caring. It's like this is who we are, but it's guarded by this Nine of Swords. Okay, so it's like all around us we have these swords up, these walls up, and just, it's like whoever is trying to come into our life or whatever opportunity is trying to make its way to us and our hearts for us to accept it, it's like it has to first get past these many swords that we have up. It's almost as if like for my single Libras, including myself, it's almost as if like we have all these swords around us. Like imagine for a second, like even if you have to close your eyes, like imagine for a second you're sitting there crisscross applesauce and there's a big circle around you. Okay, but tracing the circle are a bunch of swords and knives. Okay, so you got swords and knives surrounding you, and if you're single, you're sitting there yourself thinking like, oh, I don't have anybody, or like nobody's wanting to come this way. Anybody that comes this way, they end up leaving, or they find some way to leave, or I end up pushing them away. And it's like we have many options around us, like especially if it comes to love. It's like the options are out there, the men are out there, the women, they're out there, but we are surrounded by this circle of swords. We're surrounded by this circle of weapons and guns and stuff that like the people have to basically risk their lives and just risk everything about them to make it past this circle just to even get a hold to us, you know. So it's like, you know, in a way, Libra gang, it kind of seems as if we are blocking our own blessings and blocking the people that actually love us from loving us. Okay, because this is who we are at heart. Queen of Cups, fully expressing our love, letting people know, hey, I love you, I'm thinking about you, I miss you. Things like this is who we are at heart. We're Libra gang, ruled by planet Venus, very expressive, very romantic, very loving. This is who we are. But it's kind of tainted by this Nine of Swords, which again is that big circle around us that we're sitting in crisscross applesauce. And it's like for people to even get a hold to us, it's almost as if the people in our lives that really want to actually get to know Libra and get to really be a part of Libra's life and their heart and see their more softer and feminine and nurturing and loving side, it's almost as if they have to, like, they're not greeted by the love. First, they're greeted by this Nine of Swords. Are you trustworthy? Are you worth my heart? Are you worth even allowing in my life? Like, are you worth it? Are you good enough? Are you legit? Are you serious? Are you real? You know, like, can you make it past this Nine of Swords to get to me? It's almost as if like we make people work for us, but it's like, you know, because it's almost as if Libra gang this month, we have to be mindful that people, for them to genuinely know us, for them to genuinely be able to connect with us, for them to genuinely be able to you know, really be a part of our lives how we want them to, because you have to remember, we're Libras, so quite naturally we love connections, we love relationships, we love being in love, we love marriage, we love big families. That's what we're all about. But you know, it's like right now, it's like we're too much in our element this month, okay? So this is a month of really like balancing out our energies, because yes, we are swords, we are air signs, but with this being a 9 of swords, this is like we're imbalanced this month, okay? Because like we're just too far in our element, okay? Because once again, we're Libras, we're all about balance, okay? So yes, we are air signs, but too much air, too much thinking, too much mental stimulation, too much intellectual stimulation, it can cause us to actually overthink and lose touch with who we truly are at heart, you know, which is this Queen of Cups. This causes us to lose track. It's almost as if we're further in our heads than we are in our true nature, which is loving, caring, feminine, nurturing. Even if you're a man, you know, a lot of people, they think that feminine means it's just for women, but no, feminine is a type of energy. Femininity is an energy of receiving, loving, caring, okay, and being gentle and compassionate and nurturing, okay? So it's our job to balance that, okay? These 9 of swords, this is our more masculine side. Like, what do you want from me? Are you legit? Are you real? Why are you here? Are you good enough? Do you need to be a part of my life, or do you need to go? But this is our heart. Like, yeah, I love you. I want to let you in. I want to trust you. I want to build a relationship with you. I want to have a deeper connection with you. I want, you know, the marriage, or I want the kids, or I want us together, okay? But right now, we are not balanced. Right now, we are more in our heads and seeing things in black and white, literally in black and white, versus actually allowing ourselves to be human, Libra gang. I don't know why I'm getting this, but the people that are in our lives, Libra gang, they may actually see us as more business minded. Like, they may feel like we deal on a business level, or just more on a, like, not emotional at all. Like, it's either you good in my life or you not, and if you're not, you need to go. Like, they might be see us as very dominant this month, okay? And for my Libras who are wanting to attract friends, attract a social life, attract a lover, you know, it's almost as if like it'll be hard to attract something that's heartfelt if we are deep in our head about it. So if something is coming into our life that's meant to touch us emotionally, we'll never get to experience that emotionality in it if we are continuing to just operate up here. Yes, it's good to be wise, Libras. Yes, it's good to think things through. Yes, it's good to, you know, be logical. But what I'm seeing here is like, I don't know why I'm getting a case scenario, but it's almost as if, like, for instance, you could have a person who genuinely loves you and that you genuinely love, but because in your head it doesn't sound right, you may not go through with it. Although the passion is there, although the love is there, it's like you're choosing your mind over our hearts. Now, that could be a really good thing, because sometimes our hearts can land us in situations that are not the best for us. But it's always good to have that balance, Libra gang. Especially with this 9 of Pentacles, okay? So this is something very stable, secure, or it has the potential to be stable and secure, okay? But it's like we're juggling between, like, should I go for it? You know, it's something new, something different. Because for me to go for this, which could be dealing with earth sign, or could be dealing with a water sign, okay? Earth or water. Also with the King of Wands, could be, you know, also dealing with a fire sign, okay? For us to go for this opportunity, this person, this job, this business, it will require us to follow our passion, follow our desire, follow our heart. But it's gonna be kind of hard to follow our heart whenever our hearts are guarded not only from the people that are around us, but it's almost as if Libra gang, our hearts is guarded from us as well. So for this month, Libra, we may find that we're actually feeling out of touch with our emotions, or out of touch with our feelings and our more emotional, vulnerable side, and really operating more from not a cold-hearted stance, although that is maybe how people are perceiving us as cold-hearted. But it's like Libra gang, we want to guard our hearts literally with our lives. Like, it's like we're willing to sacrifice anything and everything just to make sure our hearts are taken care of, you know. And I don't know exactly what happened to all my Libra gangs in the past, but whatever happened, it's almost as if we picked ourselves back up and we were like, I promise to myself I will never let this happen to me ever again. But so we have these swords up in this circle. Like I told you, if you can just close your eyes and imagine sitting in a circle, and that circle is being traced by weapons and knives and guns and machetes and just any weapon you can think of. That's what we have up. So it's like people don't have access to us. Like they can see our body, we can have conversation with them, but it's like nobody has access to our hearts. And it's almost as if, Libra gang, we don't even have access to our hearts. It's like we've locked it up, we chained it up from whatever we went through so that we could protect ourselves from it ever being destroyed and tampered with and broken again, to the point so where we don't even have access to it. Okay, so for the month of March, some of my Libra gangs, if you are in a relationship or a marriage, you may find that you have a very hard time being emotional and vulnerable with your partner. You may find that you have been feeling, or you are right now feeling, very detached from them, or either from your kids. Even if we have like a passion for this month, we'll have to like really be on guard to make sure that we're not losing interest in what it is that we're very passionate about. Because here's the thing, Libra gang, for us to be passionate, passion comes from the heart. For us to be in a relationship, in a marriage, we have to love our partner. And for us to love our partner, that means we have to use our heart, you know. But if we are operating solely from our minds, especially in this type of energy, overthinking, overanalyzing, you know, this would be basically a month of us really pushing away very important people, and you know, especially people who prove to really be there and really care for us, and it could really be something secure and stable here. Okay, or either pushing away opportunities and passions, you know. But this is the month of finding the balance between our minds and our hearts. Because too much our hearts, yes, it gets us in sticky situations. That's what our brain is there for, to use discernment. But too much discernment and, you know, mental stimulation can cause us to overthink things. And it basically holds us back from even using our hearts to the highest potential like we're supposed to, you know. But it's like the reading that I just did, also the general reading with you'll never know, you know, until you try. It's like we have these people around us who love us, who genuinely care, or if it's a person who wants something with us or that we already are married to, and they just want to see our more emotional and vulnerable side and connect with us on a deeper level. But it's like we're meeting them with too much air, too much swords, too many weapons. It's like these people have to fight to be a part of our lives. They have to fight to get access to our hearts. And in times when we want to be vulnerable, we want to be open, we want to be honest, and we want to be emotional and cry in front of them and let them know, hey, I love you and I care and I'm thinking about you. It's like we have a hard time digging in ourselves and getting a hold to our own hearts, because we chained it up, we locked it away for so long that now when it's time to use it, it's like it's almost as if we lost the key. You know, and now that we're wanting to follow our passion, now that we're wanting to love, now that we're wanting to receive love, now that we're wanting to be in a relationship, or now that we're wanting to be married, and now that we're wanting to have children and just really settle down, it's almost as if we are lacking that emotionality that comes along with it, you know. And for us to follow our passions, once again, that requires us to be in tune with our more emotional, feminine side, you know, because Libra, our natural, we're air, so we're masculine energy. So we're very, you know, although people say that we're indecisive, when it comes to love, we're very decisive. Quick to cut people off if we have to. We know, okay, are you right for me or you're not? Just cutthroat, you know, but a lot of people see us as indecisive. But we have to remember that we are air, which is about being intellectual. But when we are overstimulated, when we are not balanced, that's when the indecision comes out to play. Because it's just kind of like, should I use my mind? Should I follow what all is going on up here? Or should I follow my heart? That's when the indecision creeps in. That's why we are known for being indecisive, because we're the scales. So if our scales are like this or like this, that's when the indecision comes into play. Because we have to always balance between our minds and our hearts. You know, our hearts is telling us, yeah, go for it. But our mind is like, what if it goes wrong? Or what if this happens? What if this happens? So that's why the confusion. That's why the indecision, you know. Because it's like we want to make the right decision. We want to know if the path that we're going for is the right path for us. So we want to make sure the person that we're engaging with or engaging with now, if they are right and if this is legit, you know. So instead of being torn between people and things this month, it really looks like, Libra gang, we have some internal confusion going on inside. It's like the battle between mind and heart. Should I follow what my mind is telling me? Or should I follow my heart? Or is there a way that I can do both? Is there a way, Libra, my scales, that we can do both and just balance it out equally? Yes, follow our hearts, follow our passions, but be cautious. Yes, you know, or yes, give that person an opportunity, but, you know, be on guard, like just be aware, you know. But this is the month, Libra gang, of really finding a balance, okay? So pretty much this is the month of basically living up to our symbol, which is the scales, okay? Balancing it out. Too much mental stimulation, it causes us to overthink, overanalyze, procrastinate. That's where the indecision comes from, okay? And too much emotionality is when we get into situations that, you know, like the air just floating around and stuff, you know, but we have to be grounded, you know. And you could be actually connecting with an earth sign, or you may have like an earth sign friend who can really help us to balance between what's going on up here and finding a way for it to be more equal with what's going on in here, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have for you, Libra gang. These are things to kind of like think about, watch out for, and to work on for this month. Let me know if this resonates with you guys in any type of way. Even if you just comment like, oh, some of that was accurate, like, it doesn't matter. Just comment, even if it's just a heart or a smiley face, like, you can just comment whatever, okay? As long as it's appropriate and, of course, nice and polite. I hope this helped you guys out. And until next time, toodles!